Vladimir Putin, the infamous president of the vast lands of Russia, is an interesting man indeed, but we would expect nothing short of an interesting, outworldly lifestyle from someone in such a position of power. So what does someone as untouchable as Putin like to do in secret with his towering wealth? You should brace yourself for our top 10 list of the secret ways Vladimir Putin spends his $200 billion. There are some pretty revealing things on this list. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to our channel for more exciting content. So let's dive right into the deep vaults of Putin's wealth and see where the money flows. Number 10. Designer clothes. As the head of state of one of the most powerful nations globally, it's reasonable that Putin finds it important to be presentable at all times. But Vladimir Putin is a man of high taste, and by high taste, we mean rich and expensive suits. But bear in mind that these are no ordinary suits.
Это что, какой-то антиамериканский стереотип?
Putin only goes for the garments that even millionaires would find luxurious. It is rumored that Putin's suits cost no less than $5,000 each, and that the most expensive one owned by the Russian leader has a price tag of a staggering $500,000. Every piece of fabric he owns is supposedly designer-made and tailored to his body by the likes of Chitin and Brioni. Number 9. Helicopters and helipads. Putin is popularly known to have a love for air travel. It pieces together with his almost dictatorial power, and a possible reason for his love of being up high could be knowing that he is beyond his subjects. Regardless of how selfish his motives are, Putin happens to have more than enough money to live out his fantasies. He specifically has a love for helicopters and owns about 15 Mi-8 helicopters designed by Russia. He also has helipad landings on his many places of residence, but more on that later. Number 8. A fleet of private jets. We were serious when we talked about Putin having a thing for being high in the skies. The former intelligence officer also spends a fraction of his massive fortune buying the highest class of luxury private jets. To imagine how impressive these jets are, think of the fanciest private jet you've seen on TV. Putin's jets are leagues ahead of that. He owns over 40 planes, amounting up to $1 billion. His presidential Airbus allegedly contains a gem and a gold toilet seat worth $75,000. Talk about sending money down the drain. Number 7. $35 million super yacht. While Putin loves to be at the clouds' heights, he also enjoys the water on occasion. And by enjoying the waters, we don't mean he rented a boat to ride into the sea. Putin owns 4 yachts, and the most famous one among those is the super yacht titled the Olympian. This 187-foot-long yacht has an estimated $35 million with all the expected presidential features. As a backup yacht, as one normally has, Putin owns a backup yacht that happens to have the largest swimming pool on a yacht and an artificial waterfall for when the president wants to experience nature on the go. Number 6. Fancy exercise clothes. The self-declared people's representative plans to stay in office for as long as he lives, and so he also plans on stretching out his days as much as he can. The Russian dictator knows that the secret to a long and healthy life is exercise. But the man happens to have great taste and spends a small portion of his money, several $1,000s, on just his training clothes. Putin is the proud owner of sweatpants that cost $1,400. Number 5. Cars. Way too many cars. Travel seemed to be a running theme here with Putin, and his obsession with cars might be edging towards concern. While heads of state can normally be seen traveling with a fleet of cars, Putin allegedly owns over 700 cars, including many rare collectibles. We suspect that the money might be messing with the man's head a little. Number 4. Putin's affairs. Presidential affairs aren't new. As the human inside, even the most presumably best people often comes out. Putin's love affairs, on the other hand, are more costly than any other. He is known to spend several millions of dollars on women he is secretly dating. Svetlana Krivonagik is one of these secret and costly affairs, starting as a cleaner and is now a flourishing millionaire who owns a popular night spot. She is also believed to be the mother of Putin's love child. Number 3. Watch collection. Materialism knows no bounds when you have wealth nearly as much as what Putin has, and Putin's wealth seems to be unbound by the time either, as he fills up his collection of watches with unrealistically expensive pieces. Putin is the proud owner of designer watches from top brands like Patek Philippe, Breguet, and Blancpain. It may surprise you to know that expensive watches are a go-to gift for the Russian head of state, for someone so seemingly self-involved and unemotive as Vladimir Putin. Number 2. The art collection at $2 billion. Art is often synonymous with rich people pretentiously buying incredibly pricey artworks. It's a game of money and competition that we normal people don't have the luxury to play. But watching from the outside, Putin is a frontrunner in the race of collecting the most amount of expensive and rare art pieces. He owns artworks that supposedly amount to $2 billion and outnumber all of the artwork present in Russian museums. Number 1. Presidential Palace, Gelinchik Palace. Whether it's a yacht trip to the sea, a helicopter ride to the skies, or hitting the road in a Bentley, nothing compares to the permanence of home. So naturally, we can assume that Putin spends a lot of his money on his home. But as you should probably know by now, Putin's home exceeds all our expectations. The main presidential palace is a gigantic, beautiful structure that redefines what luxurious lives humans can physically live out. Some salient features include an Olympic-sized swimming pool and a casino. Please don't get too curious though. It is secured at all times by a number of high-skilled sniper shooters, so maybe catching a peek is not the best idea. That's all for today, folks. What do you think of the spending habits of one of the most powerful men in the world? And should people be allowed to have this much money? Let us know in the comments below.